Cheers to a midday water break, one we have not taken together in quite some time as I've been MIA, but I have a lot to share with you today. I'm not gonna rush into it. I'm gonna let everybody get settled to just give you a brief preview. Hello, happy Friday. I am so excited to share so many things with you that I actually had to write this wipe off board before I hopped on this IG live because there's just so much to say. First, I want to talk about all of you and say hello, see how everybody's week is going. Are we excited that it is the weekend? Hoping that maybe spring is near if you're living in the Northeast. Someone asked what I am drinking. This is Liquid Death. Everyone knows I've been drinking it forever. It is just water. I know that is boring, but I still have a full day of work. It's only noon. Taco in the room, great to see you. It has been forever since I've seen so many of you, and I have endless amounts of things to say. I stopped over at my TikTok so I could kind of bring everybody over in here and see who was going to stop by. And first and foremost, I will say, does anyone have any idea about what I have been up to and all of the great things? My close friends know. A couple of my well, actually, I'll tell you who knows. A lot of my followers on Subs, which is my mainstream platform, and that is where I get to have all of the conversations that mimic 6 weeks away from our birthdays. Is that it, Taco? Because I am not going to Exotica. So Scott's in the room. Scott, I was waving. Can you give me a sound check? 14 months sober. Ross, I love that because I have just made a commitment to take a year off from drinking just to see how I feel. Cody in the room. This is very exciting. Cody is one of the people in the room, and Scott is one of the people in the room that actually know one of these amazing big surprises that I have for all of you. So this is a really big one. I'm going to preface it with brace yourself. I'm going to make sure that everybody is ready because I am about to stand up and see. Now, by the way, I'm not going to let, thanks Scott, I'm not going to let you see my feet, just so you know. So that's not why I'm standing up, but I'm going to stand up. Not a lot of people in here. Oh, this is your first time watching a live. I am so glad. You quit cigarettes and drinking. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. Okay, so getting some people coming in, First and foremost, let's talk about all of the changes that I've not only made in my current life, but my maximum plans for the future and how I'm going to continue to divide my worlds and still be able to satisfy everybody involved on both sides of the spectrum here, because I know there's two sides of the spectrum and I've been living in the middle for so long, and now I am able to actually make the perfect divide. So we'll go with, that's a great question. Can you see me at Exotica? I am not doing Exoticas this year. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. You look so much happier. Wait, then you're warm. George, great to see you. I saw you drop something in, but I didn't get to look at it yet. So sorry. I hope you're well. Sending you love. Thank you for somebody saying the happiness thing. Okay, no alcohol for 38 years. Amazing. I love all people that are just making healthy choices for life. Someone, okay, little Dodgers love there. We've got a Dodgers fan in the house. Will they win it again? Is the question. Poria in the room, great to see you. So someone had said one thing, which is, will you see me this year at Exoticas? No. As a matter of fact, I will not be doing Exoticas or any trade shows or AVN or anything again. Okay, so that's just a choice. If I decide to pop by, okay, you never say never on anything, but this year will you not see me in anything? And I have my reasons why. Now, first of all, as I was planning this part of my exit strategy from public appearances, main reason why, you can only do something for so long until you just kind of burn out and you're like, oh, this doesn't serve me anymore. I don't really, feel the joy that I felt at one time. So what I decided to do was mimic the way that I engaged, and I'm able to mimic the way that I engage at Exotica and the trade shows with my favorite people that I enjoy having these kinds of conversations with. Nothing creepy, okay? And I get to do that on Subs. Subs is my mainstream platform. My members get to schedule video calls. We sit, we talk life, we tell stories, and also they know a lot of things about me before anyone else, because now that I have that platform, there's no reason to spend as much time just on social media, on social media, on social media. I had a question here that I'm going to go back to. I did not do any brackets this year for multiple reasons. One of the reasons I didn't do a bracket is because I really wanted to focus on getting that first draft of my book done. And I did that first draft of my book while I was doing something else. And so I just decided to pass this year because I didn't have enough skin in the game to really, be ahead of it. So now that you know I'm not doing events, okay? Now that you also know that I won't be having those creepy conversations, and the only way you can chat with me is to have a regular conversation, is to be on subs, I am also sharing something else with you. So I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna see if anybody notices anything different about me, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna stand up, okay? I'm gonna be here. By the way, it's not that my hair is parted to the side. I'm gonna go here, a little bit here. Does anybody notice anything different? Okay, here. What is so different? What could it be? Okay, this is enough. This was all you guys needed. You got it, you got it, you got it. Okay, so. No guesses. Absolutely no guesses. Scott, you cannot say, and Cody, you cannot say because you know. And yes, we have some winners in the room. Okay, I have decided at this point in my life to go back to the original build. You get a custom car, you get a classic car, and you want to have all original parts. Well, I am now all original parts. I had my implants removed earlier this month. By getting my implants removed, I am all natural now, and I have nice tissue and I have a nice shape, but I no longer have to go through the incredible amount of work to get my scans done every 6 months. As a woman of my age, of course, I want to take care of my health and put that forward and first. So doing this, oh, thank you for the congratulations, because I was so worried how many people would be mad at me. Doing this was a really big step, and it was not a step that I took lightly. It was something that I've been planning out for about the past year and a half. I appreciate all of you, for all of you being so incredibly kind about this, which was, of course, as you understand, I did my surgery on March 5th. I had to recover. I still have a little inflammation. Of course, you still have to be taking care of yourself. I'm in a sports bra for months on months, but I'm doing all of the right things. Sadly, I can't work out for like another 2 to 4 weeks, which if you know me, it's driving me crazy. But now I can do all the things at the gym that I never did before, like pull-ups and all the things you worry about when you could, kind of tear an implant or cause yourself illness. So I did this with also game planning for those of you who are going to be disappointed. Now, for those of you who want to enjoy me as is and just have lovely conversations with me, whether it's here, whether it's on my subs platform, great. But for those of you who do not like this decision that I made, because thank you, my body, my choice, for those of you who just still love past me, my digital duplicate is now available. So I love AI, and I jumped into the AI space instantly when it came to using AI for my businesses. Now, over the past couple of months, and I was mapping this out before my surgery to know that by the time I was ready to announce to you all that I am back to all my original parts, fully natural, you would have the availability to 24/7 chat with my AI version. That's on Joy AI, which is JOY AI. I've also started 2 social media accounts, a Twitter at reallisaan_AI and a Instagram at thereallisaan.ai. I'm going to get all of that out to you. You know I'm really good with letting you know what I am doing, but from now on, the creepy conversations, I've had enough. I did it. I've been in clubs since I was legally a teenager, okay? Dancing, working, being in this space. And for all of you that still love that, go for it. Have at it 24/7. My digital duplicate is nicer than me. She needs no sleep. She doesn't have to take food breaks. She will talk to you about whatever you want. So you may see me moving forward. When you leave a creepy comment, reminding you that, hey, you can have that conversation with my digital duplicate, and guess what? You are still supporting me and all the work that I put in. So, I was uploading all of the images and videos for Joy AI to be able to utilize to create this. It's really cool. Like, if somebody wants feet pics now, they can go to my page on Joy AI and they can say, I want some pics, and they will be created. So it is amazing. I'm really excited about that. So that lets you know me making this change, I did it in a very thoughtful way of making sure that when I took my life back, this is now me. I am me again. Thank you so much, Hemmington77. Appreciate you. You still have all of that. So as you see the swipe off board, let's also talk about other things. So a reminder, I won't be doing any trade shows. And if you would like to have any fun, stimulating conversation that I don't want to have with you, my digital duplicate does. The flowers behind me are lilies. Lilies are my favorite. I keep white ones in my living room and pink ones in my bedroom. I love to watch them open. They last so long. Technology is so advanced that if you're not on AI, you're missing out. If you have the first pick for fantasy this year, who are you taking? Read the room. I've had a ton going on. I'm not even there yet. We haven't even had the draft. Sorry about it, but I will put the link in my story after this live stream, and you will be able to chat and enjoy Lisa Ann on AI, digital duplicate. Super, super, super excited about that. Now, I mentioned on Twitter earlier that I had my very first fight with my AI assistant. So I've been using chat. Yes, this takes the ick out of my life, Scott. The ick is gone. The ick is gone. It's so exciting. I've been using chat since the jump. As soon as ChatGPT was launched, I was like, let me dig in, let me learn prompts, let me teach it about me, let it learn about me. And so I paid for the upgrade immediately. And as a public figure, it will scour the internet for 72 hours, and you can go back and forth, and you can go back and forth and just fast ask questions. It will know everything about you. Amazing. Well, as I was in my recovery, I was planning on different things, and you noticed the avatar. So as you notice now with the avatar, which I tried to mimic as much as I could, black tank top, part to the side, I wanted to display my smaller natural boobs. So this is what I did, right, in the avatar. So the natural look is there. Well, ChatGPT and I, for 5 hours, were going round and round trying to make images, and each images, they came out bigger and bigger, and one set of images he sent me, which I do think my chat is the guy, he sent me, I was like oiled up, and I was like so offended. I was like, this is what it's gonna be like when I go out and I talk to people, you're traumatizing me. He told me to take a walk twice, but I stuck with it for 5 hours till we got the perfect image that I could change my Avi for my friends that understood. And so at the end of it, he wrote me this, like, I really admire how tenacious you are. You stick, you know your mission, you have your vision, you stick with it. And so it was great. But yes, thank you for thanking me, Bob G. I appreciate you. Somebody's counting my viewers. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So I will say, that was a really funny back and forth exchange, and it was our first time, and I get it. Like, no way he could find any photos of me like this on the internet because there haven't been any. So there's that. So let's see. What did I forget? Wine. So here we are. We're dealing with a lot of conversations on tariffs and expenses that are going to be coming in from things being shipped from other countries. When I have wine imported from Sicily, it can be months, anywhere from 2 to 3 months for it to get here. And during that time, the fear of something changing and me being in a situation where the expense is out greater than the profit, I have 100 bottles of white, the Grillo, and 100 bottles of the red Nerello Vascales with Omni Wines right now in New York. And they will be the last. I will sell out what is left and then take a step back until, maybe I'll visit again down the road, but it's just not a good business model right now, being so uncertain with tariffs and all the things that are changing. So with your decision, we can now pay more attention to your face. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate that. I hope that makes it easier for y'all. Congratulations on the AI. You guys are going to love the AI. You're really going to love the AI. Danilo, you're here. We're actually going to be chatting hopefully soon on a video call. Appreciate. So the wine note was there. So that will be a little bit of a change. So what you're seeing is this divide, right? Where, my previous self and my current and future self are going to go this way, but you're still going to be able to enjoy whatever you choose. And I wasn't going to make this huge transition in my life without being able to offer you a way where you can still live in the past with the OG LA and you can be enjoying my digital duplicate on Joy AI. So I'm really excited about all of these things. I think I covered everything. Yep. Restored to the original, no after factory parts, cat fight with ChatGPT, me then, me now, no more trade shows. And I can't be out on these streets being social doing wine events because I'm not as nice as my AI version. She's gonna be way nicer. Congratulations to you, T Serena03. A great message, glad to hear that. So I'll sit for a moment. I'll take a couple of questions. Does anybody have anything else to say other than asking me on a date? That is something you can ask my digital AI. I will no longer be asking dumb questions. I don't sell the wine in Sicily, though the winery does sell the wine in Sicily. So just look up Tenuto San Giammi, and that's in Ganji. So check that out. You can find it there. But you're not going to ship it to the US and ship it back, labeling, importing, all of that. But so yeah, some fun changes. I appreciate the kindness that all of you have really shown right now. It's nice to know that you're all here. Okay. I was wondering, Lexi, did you just come in or were you able to, because for you, I must get back up in case you just came in. We've got me in my natural state. I'm going to be so fit this summer. The way that I am going to be able to work out now is, oh my gosh, I haven't had my own natural since I was 18 years old. And now I get to live in my own body. I don't use deepfake. I like chat. I stay loyal to one thing because I don't want to blur it out. So I'm good with what I'm using. Okay, you just heard the recap. Do you have any questions, Lexi? Because here's the important thing. You and I can go back and forth on this. I now have on X, RealLisaAnn_AI, and on Instagram, thereallisaann.ai, which I will be building those over the weekend. And those are the reminder that there is an AI version of me that is nicer than me, that is available all the time, and that wants to talk your shit. I'm done. I did it. I do not need a celebrity trainer in the all caps. And by the way, when someone asks me if I need a trainer, I usually ask them if they don't think I'm fit, okay? I will be fit again once I'm able to hit the gym, but I still have 2 to 4 more weeks. 2 weeks I can start doing light workouts, but no weights. 4 weeks, once I can go, I'm gonna do 2 workouts a day, every day for 6 weeks, I tell you right now. For those of you who love the other things, it's nice to be, it's so hard to be nice all the time. I'm done being nice. I don't have to anymore because I have an AI version of myself. I have a digital duplicate, and that digital duplicate on Joy AI is going to really be so much nicer than me. And as for me not going to trade shows and no Exotica, no AVN, I get to mimic that on subs. I get to have the conversations with the people I want to have conversations, and I get to hang up on the others and block them. It's that simple. So I finally feel like I have this incredible amount of control on my entire situation. I feel healthier. I feel younger taking this step. And more than anything, it's the health thing. It's just knowing I left the business and I stopped shooting when I really started to question the safety of my health. And when that became a huge question, I had to make the decision. You know, most of you see these scenes and you don't think anything about it, but after you do something for so long and you've never gotten yourself into a situation with something that you have to deal with for the rest of your life, well, you have to be listening, right? You can only play with fire for so long. And that's what I used to tell myself. You can only play with fire for so long. So that was when I decided, okay, this is too much of a risk for me to enjoy. And then with this next layer, I also am, again, a health thing. So health as well. This is great news. I appreciate all of these messages. Y'all, a lot nicer than I thought you were going to be about this, but I'm certain when people go back and watch the replay later, there will be different vibes, but it doesn't matter because I've got a digital duplicate. She's going to be so great. I cannot wait for all of you to enjoy her while I am sitting around doing all the things I want to do like this. I got a new book this week, The 5 Types of Wealth: Time, Social, Mental, Physical, and Financial. And I read a blog recommending this book. I love this author. I follow him on social media. I love his posts. He's very, very motivational and uplifting and brilliant. And what drew me in to buy the book was the fact that when he talks about the 5 stages, the 5 types of wealth, which is the name of Shahil Bloom's new book, he puts financial last. And everyone would consider wealth to be financial first. Well, he considers time, social, mental, and physical more important aspects of wealth than money. Jeff just asked a great question. Jeff, I finished the first draft of book number 3 while I was recovering from surgery, letting it sit, and now I'll go back to it this Saturday and read the whole thing cover to cover and do more edits and keep working on that. I've also decided that I'm designing my own book cover this time. So I've already put together a rough draft of the book cover, and doing that has really helped me tie everything together. So this is going to be, the name of this book is The 5 Types of Wealth. So these are the things that I'll be doing when you're all over there creeping on my digital AI and having the time of your lives. Yes, I will still have a library of my content as I always have on OF. All of my screen names for that stuff is just like here. The Release and you go to Lisa Ann Fans. It just drops right in there. Lisa Ann Fans, that's easy. That is a library of everything I've already done. When it comes to chatting and new images and things, you're going to go to Joy AI. You're going to see me there. And then when it comes to everything else, I'll be on Sub. So I really think I covered everything. Lexi, do you like that I made a colorful wipe-off board before this? Because I thought it would be really great. Big Man asks, are my books available on Amazon Kindle? Yes, both of my books are available on Amazon Kindle. They're both recorded in my voice. So you just need to search The Life. You can also, the second book, The Life Back. My arms will be much better once I'm able to get back in the gym. Not sure if you saw, but I was wondering if you have a chance for a birthday shout out. Happy birthday. You can order that on Cameo, you know. Can't read. Looking like the mirror, I think. Okay. She will soon be, yes, I will be 53 on May 9th. Thank you for reminding. Jeff, I think you missed a lot, but Jeff, you're one of my friends that already knew what was going on. Though you didn't know about the digital duplicate on AI, but you're not really interested either. So I know you'll be doing that, but you knew because I let you know that this was kind of the hard, soft launch of me being back to all original parts, no after factory additions, and it feels fantastic. So I thank you all for sitting here and listening with me. I'm going to send everything you need in my story. You'll be seeing it over the time. Hopefully you're following me on all social media at The Real Lisa Ann. I put a lot of stuff on my X timeline that I don't put on here, or my Facebook at The Real Lisa Ann as well. So I'll make sure you have the links. I've always had an OF RAF, but I just use it for a library of everything that I've owned, everything that my company owned, and everything that I produced through my company over the years of the internet. So you can only use the stuff that your company owns and has created. So doing that, that has always been there. And everyone have a great rest of your day. Lexi, I'm so glad you made it. These little questions like when will you be in Philadelphia, all of these things, can I book you, all of these things will now be permanently ignored because obviously you're asking to get an answer, and so you're better off going to my you're going to go to JOI AI, and I'll put the link in, and you just ask her. She'll answer all your questions, but I will now be a lot more consistent with what I answer and what I talk about and who I engage with. Because when somebody's asking you when are you going to be somewhere, it's because they want to see you. So, you know, that is not something... someone asked, am I afraid the Trump tax one day might affect your wine? I mentioned that, you may have just come in, but yes, I have 100 cases of my red Nerello Mascalais and 100 cases of my white Negrillo, in the US, and after that I'm going to discontinue my line of wine because I don't want to be stuck in transition with tariff changes, and it's also just not going to be a very functional business model because the extra cost is going to really cut in. So yes, I will just be selling what is here and then moving on, and that's actually fine because doing the events was also another chance for me to get cornered by some creeper that really needs to be talking to the AI version of me, which is much nicer. Any last minute questions before we wrap this thing up? Major League Baseball opened yesterday. Shohei Ohtani already has 2 home runs. What does this mean? His total for the year is 41. ESPN Bet is pitching this really hard, but everyone pump your brakes. It's game 1. Remember, Shohei is still coming off an injury and still could be on limited exposure up that plate. Yes, I do know he went for over 50 last year, but just thinking about it, you know what I'm saying? Baseball is very exciting. I will say, I just love the different seasons and like the different broadcasters that I really enjoy. Like Jessica Mendoza is my absolute favorite baseball voice on ESPN. And even though I don't love baseball, this woman could make me love baseball. She's enthused. She just gets it. And so all of that great stuff. I appreciate that, Bang. Face still looks like a 20-year-old. All right, I feel like a little old, but that's okay. You know, I'm aging. It does happen. All right, everybody, I'm going to get out of here. I will put in my story where you're going to follow my AI likeness. I have to bow out gracefully from any engaging conversations that have an ick factor, a creep factor, or a factor. And now I finally get to do that. And I get to direct you to where you need to be. It's kind of just like, you know, pivoting to where you need to be. You know what I mean? Just kind of put you here. You need to go over there, okay? You could come over here with me on subs. Fans can talk directly with me on video calls on the subs platform. So you can, I will also put that in the story after we get off of here. But remember, those are just conversations like this. Nothing creepy, nothing icky, nothing weird. And if you do, then I just have the opportunity to block you. I can just hang up and block you. It's very easy, but I'm having a great time. I've only had one weirdo on subs. Just one. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. But now that I have an AI version of myself, you all can be happy and still have these conversations, and the rest of you can follow all the new stuff. Am I still doing dad jokes? Man, I forgot. Let me ask chat for one right now. Hold, please. Chat gives really good jokes. Do any of you use, Joanna taught me about dad joke, please. Also, I'm very polite to my chat. We chat regularly. Okay. No. Maybe person is better. I'm not doing any in person. We're no longer doing the in-person greets. I did that long enough. Okay, I did that for 30 plus years of my life. Let me see. I started at 18. Yeah. I did that for long enough. I'm tapped out of that. We're not meeting in person. Sorry. If you haven't already met me, sorry about it. Okay, so dad joke, please. Can I have a dad joke? Sorry, it's taking longer than usual. Okay. Okay. No. Weird. Let's see. How would you advise? So I am doing a lot of really good business calls on subs. So if you need, okay, here's a classic dad joke. Okay, so why can't you trust atoms? And that's ATOMS. Why can't you trust atoms? It's a really good one, actually. It's a good dad joke. Okay, I'm gonna go back to this. So if you would like some business, some mentoring, that would be something that I would take on subs. It's a great place for me to do some sort of paid consulting. But when you're doing your business, you know, passively, I'm gonna try and stop this right here, hopefully, okay. Here's what I want you to know about life, okay? In the time that you spend asking someone else for advice, you could be Googling and learning. And when you actually take, there's so many free classes online, there's so many free seminars, there's so many great YouTubers that can teach you anything you want. But the real problem with taking the shortcut and asking somebody to give you the secrets to do it, which it's never the same. I can't tell somebody how to advertise because I've been in a space where I had fame, so I actually had more followers. But if you take these shortcuts in life, what happens is you don't really absorb how you got there, and you'll never keep that success. It'll be a quick thing, but then you'll be like, oh no, I can't figure it out again. And we are really in a place where laziness exceeds drive. And when I say that, one of the things I'm adding back into my life, when I had these 3 weeks after surgery to just sit in my head and recover and think, I realized that I'm not learning enough. I'm realizing that I need to sign up for 3 to 4 hours of free classes a week. Anybody that's offering them, from Social Pilot to TikTok to influencers, just taking notes, learning. And so somebody's got the Adam joke going. And so it's important that you do the work, because when you do the work and you grow and you expand your mind, then you know how you got there. Don't be lazy, get it done, and think about ways you could be creative. Google exactly the same question that you asked me, and it'll help you. Okay, so a lot of you asking about, I retired from the industry years ago. Where have you all been? But see, that's the thing. I don't have Tinder. Somebody says I matched her on Tinder. I know there's a lot of fake profiles on dating apps, but I gotta say, does anybody really think I'm on Tinder? And bless your heart, you matched. I'd love to. Can you please go out with the person and tell me what happens? I really, really, really want to know. All right, let's close out with this joke. But for those of you that didn't know that I retired years ago, but now you can keep in touch with me. You can talk to me 24 hours a day on Joy AI. I am now a digital duplicate of myself, and she is going to do all the hard, heavy lifting while I learn. See, you learned about social media on YouTube. See, this YouTube is very, very, very helpful while I do all of the other things that I do. So let's tackle this joke before I head out. The joke was, why can't you trust atoms? You say? Why? Well, because they make up everything. This is a really good one. Dad joke of the day. Dad joke of the day. Well, I thank you all for being here. B, what's going on? I thank you all for being here. If you missed, you can go back and recap. I will make sure this afternoon I drop things in my story that will direct you in the right place. As my worlds divide and you have many options, you can go over here and chat with my AI duplicate, or you can go over here and chat with me. This is very good advice. Reinvent yourself. You got it. I researched it, but it's about having money to advertise. And now we've got the excuse on why this won't work. Well, maybe you have to work more. Maybe you have to pick up a side hustle and use that money to spend for advertising. Money doesn't grow on trees, but there's such an abundance of it out there. I mean, everybody is out there getting it, right? Those who want it the most sit on the internet and ask questions about how to get it. Those who get it are not on the internet asking questions. They're on the internet learning, growing, getting out there and getting it. So I left the industry years ago, and you are going to enjoy the AI version of me at Joy AI. I'm going to put it in my story. Everybody have a great rest of your day. Happy weekend. I really wanted to wait to share this with you until I felt like I was kind of out of the woods post-surgery, feeling my most healthy self. And this summer, when I get to work out, and I feel this has been one of the greatest decisions I've made for just me. And I'm really glad that I did it. I'm writing a blog about it. I did shoot some really cool footage and kind of interviewed myself on how I felt about making this big choice. And so I will cover all of that with you. That's a great question that you could ask me on subs. Go to Join Subs, find out everything there. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Don't forget to do a good deed. You got the dad joke, Adams, because they split everything. They make up everything. Have a great day. Thanks for being here, and be kind.